Hey, I'm Randy. This is Jason. Welcome to Cheap Seats, a show that takes a new look at the old games. And today we're going to be checking out a sport that has sadly fallen out of favor. Roller derby. But I feel like it's poised for a comeback because it combines all the fake drama of professional wrestling with the sexual tension of a 7th grade roller skating party. Now, even though we've seen this thing tons of times, we still have no idea what the hell's going on. No clue. And nobody knows what's going on. Even the announcers have no idea what's going on. They'll just shout gibberish because they have to cover the fact that they don't know what the hell's going on. But I guess we should tell you what to look for in all this mess, so.
Here's what to look for. Here's what to look for.
Number 1, pay close attention to a guy by the name of Hoppy. He's the old reporter guy on the inner track. You're going to watch how he deteriorates throughout the broadcast.
He's kind of like an old, drunk Adrian Karsten.
Yeah, and it's so much fun to watch him deteriorate that we've come up with a little graphic called the Hoppy Clock. The Hoppy Clock will come up every so often just to let you know how much time it is to the next Hoppy interview. It's fun for the whole family, and dagnabbit, it's safe.
Also, keep an eye and an ear out for how many times these announcers mention the big upcoming 6-person grudge match. They do it so often that Randy and I are actually going to play a little drinking game that the kids are playing on college campuses across the country. Now, because there are a lot of young children watching our show,
Most of them between the ages of 4 and 7.
ESPN has asked that we do not drink alcohol on the air. So, instead, every time the announcers mention the big upcoming grudge match, Randy and I will take huge sips from these slushies.
Laced with angel dust.
Exactly. So without further ado, Randy and I are going to take you out now to the new Olympic Arena, Los Angeles, 1979, LA T-Birds versus the Texas Outlaws. It's roller derby at its finest. Sounds like an 80s sitcom.
Night court on wheels. She's a single mom with a helmet on her head and a dream in her heart. Ann Jillian is a T-Bird with an attitude on Rollin' With It, Sundays on ABC. With Alan Thicke,
Mindy Cohn,
Meredith Baxter Burney,
and Tom Bosley as the mayor. Tonight's episode, Look Who's Rolling to Diddy.
Well, hi, everybody. I'm Dick Holloway, and I'll be doing the...
Forgot his name, thought he was Stacy Keach.
Your roller superstars in action. Your roller game of the week.
Seriously, does it need to be this cramped? Why are they all sitting on 2 chairs? Hey, tan jacket on the left, keep those hands where I can see them.
Look out, there's a giant woman behind you!
Absolutely, Dick.
Look at Stacy Keach. Yeah, that Ambien he took at halftime's finally kicking in.
But one thing, even though the team
Nice Midwestern accent. Halftime.
having a game tonight at the new Olympic
They are.
Entertainment Center.
Hey, Maggots,n get your hand off my
battle that's going to be happening tonight is at 6-skater match race.
drink.
It is going to be you
It's so cramped. Does it need to be this cramped? Can we get a reverse shot and see what it looks like behind these guys?
Battle Royal. That's going to be one of the most exciting, competitive match races we've ever had here at the Olympic. There's going to be the Jackson brothers, Burnett and Harold, along with that great jammer, Stephanie Garcia, going
Check
up
out the Hoppy
against
Clock.
Ronnie Raines, Ralphie Valadares, and Debbie Helden. And for how this match race came to pass, let's go down to the infield for the details with Bill Hopp.
Hoppy time!
We're going to have a wild match race tonight. 6 people going on the track.
Bill hopped. How do you get hoppy from hopped?
4 glasses of Chivas, that's how. Push in closer, closer.
Well,
I think this wax Hoppy looks more lifelike than the real
the
Hoppy.
Jackson brothers in a four-man match.
Dude, how long could you stare at Hoppy without freaking out?
I don't know, probably like 7 or 8 minutes.
No way!
Totally, dude.
No way!
Bring it on.
All right, you
Bring
asked,
it on, BS.
You asked for it.
Dude, get it off, get it off, get it off. It's freaking me out,
I
okay?
told you.
It's like the drug scene from Jacob's Ladder, only scarier. Get it off!
Beat these Jackson
So
boys on
cold.
successive nights, then you will have your 4-man match race. Well,
Looks like he's finished, but he keeps going.
Ralphie beat Burnett Jackson. Ronnie Raines defeated Harold Jackson. That wasn't easy because Stephanie Garcia came charging in. She did her best to try to interfere in that race. Debbie Helden came in to stop Stephanie Garcia, and we had another real Donnybrook going on. Finally, it was
Donnybrook. Didn't he play linebacker for Florida State?
No, that was Derek Brooks.
Right.
Jackson brothers and Stephanie Garcia, and that's the wild match race you're going to see tonight. All 6 of them, the men and the girls. On
All 6, good. Medication is working. He'll be dead by period 8.
They want revenge, and they want to see that justice is done. And as Francis Bacon wrote over 400 years ago, revenge, well, that's a wild sort of justice. What do you think about that, Dick?
For those of you who don't know, and I'm probably speaking to no one, that's Sir Francis Bacon. He was a 16th century Attorney General, Lord Keeper, and Lord Chancellor of England, but he is most well known for his philosophical writings. His emphasis on inductive reasoning helped advance the cause of modern scientific method.
Oh, see, I know him as Francis Bacon from the 6 Degrees of Francis Bacon.
Oh, yeah, well, he's from that, too.
Yeah, I bet you couldn't link Francis Bacon to Nicolas Cage in 6 Steps.
I can totally do it in 6 steps. I can do it in less. Check it out. Bacon's uncle was William Cecil, the Lord of Burghley. William Cecil served as advisor to the Duke of Somerset. Duke of Somerset was beheaded on January 22nd, 1552. January 22nd, 1940 is the birth date of actor John Hurt, and John Hurt was in Captain Corelli's Mandolin with Nicolas Cage. 5 degrees, boo yes.
All right, that's impressive, but can you explain roller derby in 6 steps?
What do you want, crack? No.
All right, let's get back to the action and try and figure it
What do
out.
you think about that, Dick?
Well, I tell you what I think. The only thing about bacon is it goes good with eggs.
I'm with Stacy Keach.
That's what I'm worried about. Bernadette Jackson's got a vendetta against Debbie Helgen.
And it feels like you have a personal vendetta against showing us any action.
Yeah, it's been 4 minutes. We haven't seen any chicks hitting each other.
He's been going after.
Come on!
It doesn't look good what he does to her out there. I don't know what's going to happen in the match race, Harry.
Drink.
Well, he seems to have a personal vendetta against Debbie Helden. I don't know what it is with him. Maybe he just wants to beat up on women. Maybe it's part of the man's personality.
Hey, it works for James Brown.
Ralphie Valadares, as chivalrous as they are, they're going to have their hands full, not only watching out for themselves, but watching out for...
And speaking of hands full, what's going on under the announcer's table?
Battle Royal, that's just exactly what it's going to be.
Oh.
There's going to be 6 of them going at it. In the meantime, we got a second half of action with a score of 47 for Texas and 47 for the Thunderbirds. Hang on to your seats. Be right back with you.
Okay, what is that in the upper right corner?
Will you please sign my back cast, Hoppy?
Okay, still have no clue what the hell's going on.
Yeah, we admit that the roller game announcers make things seem a little confusing.
For example, they're starting the broadcast with the second half. That's not how we cut it down. That's how they originally showed it.
But we promise you that after the break, when the match actually begins, it gets even more confusing.
You don't want to miss it. Welcome back to Cheap Seats. Now, here's an interesting fact. The original rules of roller derby were written in 1935 by Leo Seltzer, and they actually prohibited physical contact. But then 2 years later, they rewrote the rules to give the people what they wanted. And by they, I mean Leo Seltzer and his old buddy Damon Runyon.
Wait, Damon Runyon, the sports writer?
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, isn't that a conflict of interest there? I mean, reporters should not have a personal investment in what they're reporting on, should they?
I don't know. It doesn't seem to stop Fox News.
Good point. Let's get back to the match.
Here we go as you see pretty Patsy Delgado smiling away. And right to number 12, Lyle Morris in front of the pack.
Kind of looks like the beginning of Starlight Express.
If it were staged in a women's prison.
The Los Angeles Thunderbirds and the Texas Outlaws. Oh, my, look where they're going. Tricky, Vicky McKeown.
What did he just say?
I don't know. I got to hear it again.
The black and the Texas Outlaws. Oh, my, look where they're going.
I think he's saying, oh my, look what we've got rolling.
No, I think he said, oh my, look what we've got home.
Why would he say home? That makes no sense at all.
Why would he say rolling?
Because it's roller derby. People are rolling along. Home
Okay,
doesn't
you know
mean
what?
anything.
Let's put it to the people.
Fine, put it to the people.
Online poll?
Online poll.
Online poll. All right, if you think you know what Dick Holloway just said, just log on to ESPN/cheapseats/roller derby/Hoppy's drunk again/ I can't believe you're still writing this down .edu.net.org.com. Keyword go. Just log on, cast your vote, and we'll give you the results later on in the show. Now, back to the action.
The Los Angeles Thunderbirds and the Texas Outlaws. Oh, my, look where they're going. Vicky McKeown out there with Donnie Young. Donnie Young number 2, the white, the gold and the green, the black and the white. The colors of the Texas Outlaws. And Vicky McKeown got those black gloves on, ready and rare to go. The back of the pack, the referees. Watch now as Donnie Young breaks to the pack. Vicky McKeown popped up and look at her go. A fine crowd here in the Olympic Auditorium, the new Olympic.
He's totally not saying any words.
All I heard there was the new Olympic. And can we get another shot of that, please?
Donnie Young started the T-Birds out in fine fashion this second half, but we have some information from Bill Hopp. He's down there with
Hoppy.
Ralphie Valadares. Hoppy, what's going on?
You know, Ralphie, everybody is worried about that match race tonight.
Drink.
That the Jackson brothers are going to gang up and pour on you.
Pour on who? He's not making any sense. Leave him alone. He's having a stroke.
Debbie Heldon, you know, I don't know what they're going to do to her, so that worries me more than anything else. I know she can handle herself, but we're concerned.
And you guys are going to be out there to protect her, I'll bet.
You better believe it.
Okay, we'll be back for more action right now.
We'll be back right now.
Okay, that makes sense, Hoppy. I'll give you that.
But here's Debbie doing her best. Number 1, the big gal, the tall gal right there with her, the inside. Ever got the number 13? Looks like.
Okay, what did you say?
I think he just auctioned off a table.
Debbie Heldon. Some reason this Texas Outlaw team likes to pour it on Debbie Heldon. They have never liked.
What's with all the pouring on? Is Def Leppard in the booth?
I do hear the sound of one hand clapping.
Well.
Hey, Hanson, the early years.
Points. We got a darling Debbie right here, Deborah Rogers. What do you think about this gal?
Well, Stephanie Garcia, she looked good out there tonight, Dick.
Fake fight.
Look, she looks like she's
Fake
already
fight.
starting something with Debbie Heldon. And now we've got Burnett.
Okay, that's real.
Holding her back as Stephanie Garcia landed a punch to her here.
Burnett Jackson.
What the hell is that? And why is it dressed like our aunt?
Knocked down by Stephanie Garcia as Andrena the Giant looks
I'm gonna
on.
point at you.
You know, she's a skater's agent.
I'm gonna point at you.
Trying to recruit more female skaters.
Still pointing. And what the hell's going on right here? Sweet front butt action. Yeah, it's like they picked her torso up and put it on the wrong way.
Coming on to her is number 11, Brenda DeShields. With a lineup of Shields, Morris.
Delino to Shields?
Skinny Mini Gwen Muller. We'll give you the lineup here in a minute.
Now that's Skinny Minnie. Now, I get the fact that she's skinny, but she ain't that mini. She's pretty tall.
Here comes Skinny Mini Gwen Muller. Oh, look out. Vicki McEwen, the littler gal, matching size for size here. The two veteran skaters are going to be cooking in a minute.
Whoop.
A block. No, she missed. Her goes to the inside.
Whoop.
Back to the
Nice
inside.
Berman.
Thanks, I've been working on it.
And look at her dance now. It's disco time.
Disco time? What does that mean?
Minnie Miller, the crowd loves it.
Jermaine Jackson.
So it is disco time.
And Skinny Minnie Gwen Miller scores 5.
Ethan Hawke.
Grand slam. 56 to 51 with 6:25 to go.
The least you could do is stand up when I'm fake talking to you. Well, I would, but your breath smells like a wet log and garlic. It's that bad, huh? Worse. You know, there are these amazing new mints out there called Altoids. Why don't you go get
All
some?
the skaters in the league.
Yeah, kick her, chicken.
Chicago Hawks. New York
Kick her in her other butt.
trying to recruit more skaters.
Okay, this is worse footage than my family's home movies.
She wants to see if they're satisfied.
Even though you know they're both acting right now, the thing that makes Andrena such a great performer, she's totally unaware of the camera.
Obviously, the more skaters she can sign up, the more money she'll have in her pocket.
You know, this would be so much cooler if they were on ice skates and blind.
Oh, look at her go. Brandon DeShields and Garcia's busting them up all over the track now for 6 big points for Texas.
Well, that was great teamwork from Brenda.
Look at Harold Jackson. He's not even active for this game, and he's in street clothes, and yet you know he's going to F stuff up real good. And the best part is, he never gets in trouble for it.
Debbie Heldon and there's Burnett
Just like
Jackson
Dick
and
Cheney.
Garcia. And as
He's
you
the
said,
reason why we love roller derby.
that last jam, you know, she knocked Debbie Heldon down twice to enable her.
Harold Jackson looks like a crazy Hayward from The White Shadow.
Really? Because I feel like he looks more like a mini Coolidge.
And, he's
Do I have a white head right here?
210.
Listen, you, I'll pull up my shirt, but I refuse to go wild.
There's Debbie.
Come on, Deb, we've all done it. And Snoop's working the camera, so you're in good hands.
She's come out second best with less than 3 minutes left to go in this gal's
I just
period,
can't
Nick.
be fake mad anymore. I can't do it.
Just hang on, baby. You're almost done. We're done.
He has to go tonight in this big race. And Deborah Heldon goes by Laumos, right by Contreras with no opposition at all. Out of Contreras, the newcomer, and Deborah Heldon coming down. It looks like she wants to get into tough right now with Stephanie Garcia, but
Only 500 extra calories a day, and you'll get a great front butt just like me.
down by 61 to 60.
Why, I oughta.
1-1. There's Debbie Heldon and Stephanie Garcia.
Let me get in there, let me get in there. This is my fantasy.
Stephanie, and they're even going at it tonight. And here comes Burnett Jackson holding Debbie Heldon once again. There's Harold Jackson trying to keep out.
Jeez, it looks like Black Friday at Walmart.
Got 'em all down there Jackson, Burnett Jackson, and Stephanie Garcia.
Is that Tim Conway?
No, it's Harold Jackson.
A fantastic period. And Texas is out in the lead 61-60.
61-60.
And how many times have we seen that, Jay? A missed extra point early that comes back to haunt you.
Look at the action. There's Andrena Booher, and evidently she's going at Debbie Heldon again. I guess she was dissatisfied that Debbie turned her down in her offer. She tried to...
What kind of offer was it? Because originally she made a deal with the 49ers for Terrell Owens, but somehow he ended up in Philadelphia. Female Steve Perry chatting it up with Andrena.
Well, John, everybody is concerned about the six-person match race.
Drink.
Not so much about Ronnie
Wait, who is this guy?
Or Ralphie Valadares, but Debbie.
Where's Hoppy? Where is Hoppy? I need the Hoppy clock, please.
Get the Hoppy clock up there.
Please,
Come on,
get
people.
the Hoppy clock.
Help us.
Where did Hoppy go?
Bernie Jackson weighs 270 pounds. And
All right,
I feel better.
Skaters in the business. Ralphie and Ronnie are going to have their hands
So much
protecting her. And I hope that she just stays away from those guys because, Jimmy, I'm worried. She's in trouble.
I agree with you, John.
Even though I hate you.
We'll be right back after this word.
Yo, did you get paid for the last match? Yeah, but the check bounced. All right, let's check the results from our online poll from earlier.
To the answer of the question, what the hell was Dick Holloway saying? Here's how you voted. 23% of you said, oh me, oh my, look what we got rolling.
12% said, oh me, oh my, look what we've got home.
28% of you voted for Clay Aiken.
And 37% of you were undecided.
Thank you very much to the 11 people who participated in this poll.
That's over half of our viewership.
Hey, we'll be back with more Cheap Seats right after this. Welcome back to Cheap Seats. Now, before we roll back into the action, there's a little game we like to play around the old ESPN tape library called WWJD. That's right, what would Jason do? It's a lot like what would Jesus do,
Except I'm not claiming to be the son of anyone, except for Dick and Annette. Shout out.
Now, I'm going to try and figure out what Jason would do when posed with two very difficult choices. Can we get a split screen, please? Thank you. Now, Jason, if given this choice to either take a bath with Andrena the Giantess or kiss Hoppy on the lips, what would you do? Now, I know you. I've known you for a long time. I feel like I know what you would do. I'm going to say kiss Hoppy on the lips.
That's absolutely right. That's fantastic. Nice job. And here's why. Because if I kissed Hoppy on the lips, the contact high alone would get me so drunk that I'd forget that I'd done it in the first place. Whereas the mere image of Andrena the Giantess naked in a tub, that would sexually scar me until the day I die.
Speaking of being sexually scarred to the day you die, let's head back to the roller derby action.
Well, the men have taken over the track with a score 61-60. Texas out in front by 1. The men, solid team. Texas.
Ralphie Valadares is so old, the only sport he should be playing is shuffleboard.
Danny Tenez, a newer skater out there, along with Larry Lewis, Freddie Lucero, Jimmy Torigno, and Big Burnett Jackson. Jackson, the key to this team, and here comes...
Leg whip? Doesn't seem like the leg whip can generate that much speed, but I guess when you're 65, anything helps.
The big six-man here tonight. Okay, 9 minutes to...
Okay, are they chanting go? Because it sounds like the crowd's chanting no, as in, please no more. Put us out of our misery.
Burnett sees him, the big man.
Now, when you're skating as fast as these guys are, there's a lot of things you have to look out for. The railing, the mascot. Look out! Ann Hayward is still upset at Coach Reeves for throwing him into that locker in the pilot.
The Thunderbirds pick up. Well, the referee signifies...
Check out the Hoppy clock.
6 for the Thunderbirds.
6 T-Birds.
Okay, come on over here and take your beating. Hey, come on. I'm in a diaper here.
Hoppy, what's going on down there?
Oh, come on. Don't cut away from the fight to show an interview. But it's Hoppy, so it's all right. All right.
The Jackson boys might do to Debbie Heldon in that match race tonight.
Drink.
Look at, these fans shouldn't worry about Debbie Heldon. They better be worried about me, because I'm going to take care of that Jolly Green Giant from the front.
Hey, did you know that Stephanie Garcia is now off-Broadway doing the vagina monologues? Makes sense. Yeah, she is intense.
Ralphie, Danny, anybody.
Okay, just like the babbling brook, we'll get back to...
Hoppy's roller derby's answer to Jim McKay.
Well, I'm wondering if that...
He looks like the lead singer from the Spin Doctors. And he's skating like he's got pants full of tonight.
Don't worry about me. Okay, we're going to find out tonight.
This guy's so slow, he's like the pace car at Daytona Beach.
Jimmy Torigno, the road runner, the marathon man, on the move with 8:13 remaining on the clock. 66-61, the Thunderbirds with a 5-point lead. Jim Torigno. He's skating right now like he's trying to lull Ronnie Raines asleep. The man up in front. Big Burnett up in front.
I don't know about Ronnie, but I just dozed off.
El Gigante right now has got Ronnie Psycho Raines lined up, and here comes Torigno. Just like that, he speeds on by.
Woman with purse settling an old score on the track. Don't purse her out.
Harold Jackson knocking him out of there. He wants to do him in for that big match race tonight, and he can do it right now. Soften him up. Up to Ralphie. Ralphie sets on the rail. He spins out of it.
Spins him like the spin doctor that he is.
5 Texas Outlaw points.
I'm sure Harold Jackson will get kicked out for that, or get sent to the massage table for some shiatsu.
Jackson are ready to take on Ralphie and Ronnie Raines right now. But I think our 2 men can handle themselves, Harry. But Debbie Helden, can she put up with the force from the Jackson brothers?
Somewhere Tommy Smith and John Carlos just threw up.
Big man, Burnett Jackson.
Look at the size of Burnett
Jackson must
Explain to me again why I can't get health insurance with you guys. We've been through this. You need to call the people at Cobra.
Pounds of solid steel. He's probably the meanest man on the bank track today, and I wouldn't put past...
Dorf on fake referee.
I can't believe
this guy should be called Skinny Minnie. He makes Manute Bull look like Mark Eaton.
That man flew way up in there, a la Bruce Lee.
Okay, this would be so much cooler if Olivia Newton-John was a roller skating angel and Burnett Jackson got to take a free shot at her.
The back of the pack. Going to work on Mike Bryant. He's getting tuned up for the big match race tonight. Ronnie Psycho.
Gotta say, Ronnie Psycho Raines, he's not that crazy. He looks like a guy who did one thing that was crazy at a party once, and now he's had to live up to that nickname ever since.
He wants to wear this medal. Here comes Burnett. Oh, and they wipes out Mark Bryant. Well, I hope he makes that.
Mark Bryant, didn't he play for the Blazers? Wow, he must have bulked up for those title runs in the early 90s with Portland.
As we said earlier, you know, this is not...
I don't care what anyone says, female Steve Perry. I loved old Sherry. Thanks, man.
You have about the 6 best skaters on the bank track today. There's Andrena Buhar. There's Ralphie Valadares. He's going to be in that big 6-skater match race. There's Ronnie Raines. He'll be in the race, too. And who is he talking to?
Yeah, he's talking to Mean Harold Jackson. And when they put Mean in front of his name, Harry, they're not kidding. The man, he's done things that are not even humanly possible out on that track.
Not humanly possible? What does that mean? It means he dresses in street clothes and puts the hit on old people. Oh, okay. Now it makes sense.
66 to 66 at one time.
Who's keeping score on this thing? The guy from Whose Line Is It Anyway? Please, sir. I'd like some more porridge. Hoppy, put down the gun and step away from the ledge. Or pick one and commit to it.
You're both sufficiently annoying. I'll give you each 66 points.
And we'll be back with more Cheap Seats and roller derby after this. But before we go, I gotta see Harold Jackson's flying karate kick one more time. It was my favorite move of the day so far. And it's a perfect lead into our cheap shot of the week. We're just gonna say 2 things: Larry Holmes and the hood of a car. All right, welcome back to Cheap Seats. It's time for a little game we like to call Do You Care? DYC.
Just the facts. Do you care?
Do you care that in 1947 ABC aired roller derby 7 days a week? Do you care that in 1953 the roller derby opener drew over 60,000 fans to the Rose Bowl? Do you care that the last serious attempt at reviving roller derby was made in 1998? It was called Roller Jam and it only lasted 2 years. Now, I actually heard that they're attempting to start up the league again. Yeah, and a lot of people say it's not going to work. However, we know this time they've got an ace in the hole. Take a look.
A few years ago, Roller Games was in a heap of trouble, threatened to be leg whipped into oblivion. A little guy named Bradley rolls in, something happens.
Who are you that you are not suicidal? Because I don't like you, and how can you like yourself? But I do believe in second chances, so I'm going to give you another try. See if you can get this right. Sweet and sour chicken with the sauce on the side. I want 1 snow pea, okay? You f*** it up, I'm not coming back to your restaurant.
What does it mean to be a sports marketing genius if I told you well, then I'd be an idiot because I'd be like a magician telling you my tricks. And what I am is a genius magician. I'm a magenius. That's good. That's good. Okay, goodbye. Goodbye. I'm done. I'm done with you. Not you. Not you.
Should I?
You. What have I done? Why don't you ask yourself what you've seen? Okay, have you seen sports? You're welcome. Maybe you've heard of the ABA and red, white, and blue balls. That was me. Homer Hankies? That was me. Let me do something for you. It's pretty cool, right? It's confetti. I thought of that. What are you doing this weekend? You and me, we're hanging out.
Well, I'm hanging out with you.
What? Are you hitting on me?
No.
This is really tense now. This is really awkward. Here's the thing, I love people. I'm a people person. Retype it. The exact same thing. I just want you to retype it. I like for people to interact with me on kind of a non-interpersonal basis.
Shave your sideburns. I hate them.
All right, this is cool. These are some of my ideas for the new league.
Do you feel the energy?
Some of the seats at every game will give you hepatitis. Do you know which seats? No. Hepatitis B, right? They don't even know they're going to get it. They get it when they go to the show. Hat night, okay? You get hepatitis B plus hat night. You got money! Later on, they start turning yellow. And then we get the buzz from the press. Then everyone who comes to a roller game event after that is going to be like, am I going to get hepatitis? I don't know. It's a gamble. Sometimes I feel like I'm a ninja. Some people say roller games is too violent. I want to see more violence, less skating. In Texas, they love executions. In the middle of the event, we black out the arena. Spotlight on a random seat. Sniper, bam! Right in the brainstem. Guy crumples over. You go to a game, you don't know if you're going to be that guy, but you hope you're sitting next to him. Turn around. Turn around.
Excuse me?
Turn around.
Okay.
Turn this issue around. Not, what are you doing? What are you doing? We are done.
Done.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Not you. Whoa. Hey! If you don't shock people, they're not going to pay attention to you. And if they don't pay attention to you, then you might as well not exist. And if you don't exist, what the are you doing sitting here talking to me? Roller Games asked me to put them on the map. And that's exactly what I intend to do. If they don't like my methods, I'll just take my and walk. I'm sure the United Way would be happy to have me back.
I think we should get him to promote our show. Why, dude? This show's everywhere. Don't need it. All right. Well, let's join the action in the sixth period. Someone's got 70-something points. Someone's got 60-something points. Yeah, if there were more context, we'd give it to you, but there isn't, so...
Cycle and Ralphie, what a team, and you had Deborah.
Foot's asleep. Ow, 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 ow. Someone please hit that old man.
Boom!
Thank you.
Where's one of the King's men right there?
Well, there's all this room to the left. I think I'll just squeeze to the right.
Blocks him again. Blocks Ralphie Valladero. It's a littler man. Adds some troubles with a bigger man.
Uh-oh.
Jackson.
Look who's up. Woman with purse. That is a paying customer.
Jackson working on Ralphie Valladero.
Can we see that again?
Troubles with a bigger man. Bernard Jackson. Look out!
And she's on the track, people. She is on the track. There we go. I feel like the woman with the purse has done more to bring fairness to this match than all the rest put together. And if she were alive today, you have no idea if she's dead. Jay, look at her. She's dead. If she were alive today, I feel like she would have her own judge show on TV, and you could bet your bottom dollar that she would come to that bench every day with a handbag full of justice.
This fall on Courtroom TV, justice has a new name, Purse.
That's Judge Purse to you.
Judge Purse. For crooks and cheats, she's hell in a handbag.
Psh, Judge Purse doesn't scare me. Ow! Velleman, see? Don't mess with the purse, Jay. All right, let's get back to the action where something no doubt confusing is going on.
El Gigante, Andreina Buher. His name is Andre the Giantess. because of her name, but Harold Jackson's nickname is Ern, and
His nickname is Irv?
Harold Jackson, and he is one mean.
Looks like Harold Jackson's not that mean right there. Female Steve Perry is like the Harold Jackson whisperer. She's really calming him down.
14 seconds to go. 13. The clock ticking away.
Would you mind helping an old man across the track? Get off my grandfather!
4, 3, 2, 1.
See, that's what I'm talking about. He has every right to be there.
6. Thunderbird points in the Thunderbirds on the front, the end of the period.
Nice to see Ralphie's daughter on hand. She's fired up.
6 big points picked up by the combination of Ralphie Valadares and
Okay, everyone's on skates. Couldn't they get someone on the production staff who could wrangle those cords? Hasn't anyone seen the movie Ice Castles?
All the concern is placed on tonight's big match races.
Keep drinking, people.
And Debbie Hilden's going to be in there with you. You have any concern about it, Ralphie?
Well, I know that Ronnie and I can handle ourselves on the track, Jim. The only thing I'm concerned about is Debbie. You know, I don't know what they're going to do to her. I'm talking about the Jackson brothers, but we'll take care of her.
Okay, this is the second interview in which Ralphie Valadares has said the exact same thing. Cut the man some slack. He fought in the Civil War.
And we'll make sure that Deborah doesn't get held. That's right. We'll make sure she won't get hurt. I know it's going to be...
Boy, this guy really sounds psycho.
We're going to do it.
Guys, good luck to you.
Thank you.
We'll be right back after this word.
Cosmetics supervisor? Well, at least we know all the cosmetics are well supervised.
You guys are so funny. So funny. Love what you do. You're the best.
Thanks.
So funny.
Who is that? I have no idea.
Starting at 11:30 on ESPN Classic.
Okay, welcome back to Cheap Seats. We're about to see an interview with Hoppy and Debbie Helden about tonight's grudge match. But let's recap what we've learned so far. Number 1, it's 6-person match play, and it's going to be important and exciting. Number 2, everybody's concerned about Debbie Helden and what the Jackson brothers are going to do to her. Number 3, Ronnie and Ralphie will be looking out for her. Number 4, Hoppy is and will continue to be high on Percocet and fish tranquilizers. And number 5, you gotta see this match. You won't want to miss it. Now, surely this interview will bring new information. Let's check it out.
And I know that they'll take care of them and they'll watch out for me. This will leave me free to take care of Stephanie Garcia. And believe
Grab your drinks, everybody.
to settle with her. And I'm going to do it.
Okay, well, thanks a lot. And now let's get back to action.
It makes me feel...
Well, that really brings it all into focus for me.
I wonder who's instilled all that confidence. It's going to be blind confidence out there. I know the guy's been talking to her. But what's going to happen when she gets face to face against those big baboons out there? That's what I'm worried about.
Did he just call the Jackson brothers baboons? Yeah. Al Campanis got fired for less than that. I am offended.
So far, each team
Delino's mom.
6 or 4 points in the...
Harold Jackson plotting his next move, which is the same move he's used all night. The old rush the track like a crackhead maneuver. Look at that ref. She's like a little Rosie O'Donnell, like a Shetland Rosie O'Donnell.
Brother Burnett Jackson and Stephanie Garcia close at the side.
Well, there's Stephanie Garcia. You know, that shows the kind of confidence she has. She wears number 13. You know, a lot of players won't wear 13. I think Wilt Chamberlain wore 13.
Wait, did he just compare Stephanie Garcia to Wilt Chamberlain just because they wear the same number? I know, Jay. I'm outraged, too. The likenesses go much deeper than that. Look, I've broken it down right here. Wilt Chamberlain wore number 13. Stephanie Garcia wore number 13. Wilt Chamberlain scored 100 points in a single game. Stephanie Garcia wore number 13. Wilt Chamberlain slept with almost 20,000 different women. Stephanie Garcia was rumored to be number 13. So you see, Jay, they're virtually the same athlete. Let's get back to the action.
Fair play, that's what we're talking about. Fair play, but this Lizard Manley's been a little cockeyed Susan out there a little bit lately to me. I don't know what you've been drinking, some of that Lipton tea or what it is. Okay,
What?
Here we go.
Lipton tea? What the hell does that mean? Was there like a point in time in the 70s where people actually thought by drinking tea it made you crazy? Well, apparently, Jay, you've never heard of mushroom tea. Good to the last trip. Put it down, Randy. I can't. I just had some. I'm right here. You're not even looking at me. Give me that. Stuff is really good, man. Let's get back to the action, please.
Garcia comes out of nowhere and hits her, knocks her down. Shield picking up a bundle. Oh, yeah. Look at him.
He's got a bundle back there.
Helda gets her down. Number 1 getting down the gallop. And 5 more big points for Texas.
Okay, that's a real fight, and that's what we all came to see. That's what everybody pays for.
Referee's trying to break it up out there, Harry.
Well, they're going to try to break it up, but they won't be breaking it up tonight. All 6 of them will be on the track with no referees. Look at Stephanie Garcia. Dick, you know, you said you called her feisty early. She is feisty.
Finally, Harold Jackson gets thrown out, and the irony is he didn't even do anything wrong this time. Why is female Steve Perry talking to Bert Sugar?
He has no business being on the track. He should be gone. Don Lester should have thrown him out long ago, and hopefully we'll get him out of there. They should not start.
No, you didn't, Harold. You did nothing wrong.
Debbie.
As you see him out there, Harry.
I could go for a burger right now. A human burger.
You get out of here, Bert Sugar.
No, you stay right where you are, Bert Sugar.
Griffiths and John Hall.
Kids, if we've learned anything in the show, it's say no to domestic violence.
I slept with 10 casting agents, and look where it's got me.
To get this guy out of there.
I'll destroy roller derby forever. All right, this is less organized than a free election in Iraq.
Don't stop believing. Don't stop.
There's all kinds of things going on, and it was just unbelievable. Oh, yeah.
You know, Dick, I don't know what's with Liz Hernandez. Evidently, Don Lester threw him out, but Liz Hernandez...
Go, female Steve Perry, go.
What is with Liz Hernandez?
Send him on his separate ways.
Ridiculous ruling.
John Hall off the track. What has gotten into the commissioner representative, Liz Hernandez?
A little mushroom tea, perhaps?
Well, that's a prerogative of a woman, or did I say that?
Mr. Holloway.
She's acting like my wife does sometimes before dinner.
What? She throws you out of the new Olympic arena?
Oh, my! 16 seconds to go. Excuse me, wife. Here we go. 13 seconds. 12, 11, 10. The clock's ticking around. Here comes
Okay, this would be so much cooler if Skinny Minnie had to jump over a bunch of chicks lying on the ground. Oh, no way. That was awesome. That was so cool.
Garcia in the back of the pack at 3. More Thunderbird points. Oh, me, oh, my. 84.
This guy's less intelligible than Dikembe Mutombo with a mouthful of crackers.
This is one of the most exciting games I've ever seen, but Jim McInerney has Harold Jackson and Burnett Jackson down in the infield. Jim, what's going on?
All right, we're definitely going to get some new information here.
Everybody is concerned about the big match race tonight, about what's your strategy, you two, the Jackson brothers, are going to do to Debbie Hilden.
Debbie Hilden, you know, they played into our hands this time. We wanted Debbie Hilden in here. Debbie Hilden is our only concern. We will get her and just kill her. That's all we want.
Gotta be a better way to say that. Yeah, just at least thinly veil the death threat, Harold.
What about it, Bernie? Debbie Hilden. Who is Debbie Hilden? I never heard of Debbie Hilden.
According to your brother Harold, she's your main concern.
We'll break her in half. She don't stand a chance. We sucking her right now.
Let me just tell you, Ronnie and Ralphie are both very confident they're going to hold you back. We'll find out what happens. We'll be right back out.
Ah, the beloved 7th period stretch. Is there a better tradition in professional sports? Hello, generic convenience store? Yeah, I want to order some more slushies. Ask them if they have pony kegs. You guys have pony kegs?
Party balls.
Party balls? Okay, welcome back to Cheap Seats. We're watching a little bit of roller derby, and a lot of stuff has happened, but we kind of don't really know what's happened. I don't even know if they're consolidating the men's and women's scores. All we know is that we're in the 8th, and what we think is the final period. T-Birds are leading the Outlaws 87 to 81.
Exciting races we've ever had here at the Olympics.
That's right. I did Gattaca. You got a problem with that?
Running range, Debbie Hilden.
87-81, T-Birds. Yes, but you know the Outlaws are a great 8th period team.
Debbie Hilden is definitely worried. That is for sure. And she's got to be thinking about inside. She's got butterflies. She's got to go home and eat some mushroom soup or something. Just calm down and take it easy.
Mushroom soup? Yeah, that's right. Apparently you've never heard of this mushroom soup. It goes great with the mushroom tea. Rand, you're not even looking at me. Yes, I am, Jay. I'm over here. Can someone please tell the tapes to stop breathing? All right, give me that. Can we get back to the action?
I understand that the hot word has come across
All right, what the hell is going on right here? It is a free-for-all.
Or may be exciting. It really bothers me as we got a jam going on here.
Wait a minute, didn't he get kicked out like 20 minutes ago? He's good for the game. He has every right to be there. Okay, that's a real fight.
Look at the action going.
Someone get his roller walker down here. Stat.
Have to be down here at the Olympic to see it all.
That's right, we can't see it because your camera works.
Ralphi and Burnett Jackson. There's action across the track with Ronnie Reigns. Then
Oh, that's real.
Our VIP cameras are great, but they can't capture it all. The only place you can
And
see
even though they are really fighting, guys, I think we've learned one thing here, and that's at least they're fighting fair. Oh, God, he's biting him. Oh, that is cheap. I'm sorry. Even for Harold Jackson. Real? Fake?
Harold Jackson.
Fake?
Harold Jackson staggered. One more.
Okay, that's real.
Jackson's down.
One more time.
Down. Ronnie Reigns has
Jerry.
I'm worried about that.
I am scared, Dick. I am really scared. What's
He's
gonna
scared?
happen to Debbie Held?
Scared's a strong word. Like, I'm scared when I see blood in my urine. I'm scared when I think about North Korea's nuclear capabilities.
Actually, Jay, it's pronounced nuclear.
No, it's nuclear.
It's nuclear.
Nuclear.
Spell it.
Nuclear. Nuclear.
Okay, then why does the president always call it nuclear?
Ralphie, Ronnie looking good.
I am afraid of what's going to
Less than
happen
a minute
here.
to go now. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, this is wrapped up. You want to grab a beer?
Yeah, let's get a low and brow.
Whoa!
Wait a minute!
Two-man that lead. They said Ralphie Valdez out with 52.
Ralphie's one good hit away from rolling around into Jazzy.
Now 49. Thunderbirds out in front by 2. 88 to 86. All they've got to do is control that lead. They've got the
Ralphie Valdez is so old he won't skate at night.
It's all over, folks. They're going to win this one.
Yes, it is all over. There won't be any last-second heroics by the home team.
There and go. Boom. And Valdez with a sit-out. Look at him go.
A sit-out? What the hell is that? He's making up terms as he sees them.
They're wrapping it up. Looks like Texas. Texas will fall. Look at the cycle. Flips over Big Burnett Jackson.
Oh, so I guess old people aren't useless after all. This ranks right up there with George Foreman taking the title from Michael Moore.
Here tonight. 6 points for the Thunderbirds. And the
Jerry.
With 3 seconds remaining. What a laugher. 94 to 86.
Ah, leave him alone. He can't hear you anyway.
Video wrap-up.
Now pay close attention here to Ralphie Valdez and Shetland Rosie O'Donnell. Does he hit her on the boob? Right there. He got her.
He's Zetster.
I heard she sued him over that.
And then I heard that he countersued, and now he owns half that boob. All right, coming up after the break, we've been hearing about the dramatic match race all night.
Over and over and over and over and over and over again.
But we are going to reveal to you guys something that the announcers did not tell you about the highly anticipated match race. You don't want to miss it. Welcome back. Before the break, we promised you a shocking revelation about the match race. Let's see what happens.
Well, the Thunderbirds win what I consider a laugher here tonight by 8 points.
A laugher?
94 to 86.
Didn't it come right down to the wire?
No, it's a laugher, like the Patriots-Panthers Super Bowl laugher.
Liz Hernandez, what I see, Harry.
Well, Dick, there'll be no laughing tonight, that's for certain. And Liz Hernandez has completely changed her spot. And what scares me, she is going to be the sole judge of this 6-skater race here tonight. And I'm really afraid of what's going to happen with Debbie Helden. They seem to be out to get her. What do you think, Deb?
I don't know. Debbie Helden, she usually is able to hold her own, but against the 2 Jackson brothers, she's really going to have a handful because you know they're out to get her.
You folks tonight here at the new Olympic Auditorium, you want to be here for the 6-man match race. It's going to be something else, and we'll see you tonight. Bye-bye.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They didn't televise it. Oh, yeah, there is no match race on this tape. There you go. They had the nerve to hype this thing, and if you wanted to see it, you had to go down to that stupid Olympic auditorium and see it yourself. Can we get another shot of that Olympic auditorium, please? Thank you. I still cannot believe this. Are you sure it's not on this tape, like a hidden track or something?
I am
like 10 minutes into there.
But Randy, relax. I've got a surprise for you. The researchers and I dug up some information. We actually found out what happened that evening in the match race. Now, before we see it, don't get excited.
I am excited a
I
little bit.
I should warn you that it got pretty ugly. All of Harry Maggetson's worst fears came true. Take a look.
Just 12 seconds into the big match race, Deborah Helden was sandwiched between Big Burnett Jackson's butt and his brother Harold's size 13 boot. She died instantly. a stunned and helpless Ralphie Valadares looked on while teammate Ronnie Psycho Reigns wept openly, repeating the phrase, "We were all afraid this was going to happen." Mean Harold Jackson was sentenced to life in prison, but never actually spent any time in jail because no one enforced the punishment. Stephanie Garcia retired after the match, married Hoppy, and now lives in a gated community in Boca Raton, Florida, next to 6,000 of Wilt Chamberlain's grandkids.
That is so sad. I know. You know what they say, the old adage, live by the roller skate, die by the hands of the Jackson brothers. Anyway, I'm a little teary, but I guess we should give out some cheapies.
Let's do it.
Cheapie for most superfluous announcer. I'm going to say Jay McInerney. I feel like Hoppy was doing fine in his drunken stupor. I'm actually going to give mine to Deborah Rogers. She didn't really say that much, and when she did, she kind of sounded like a soccer mom from Duluth.
Okay.
Jay Skinny Mini Awards. I'm going to give mine to Skinny Mini.
Really?
I'm in like a tie between the lead singer from the Spin Doctors and the tall dude from the Outlaws. Pick one. Spin Doctors. All right, Little Miss Can't Be Wrong. Last cheapie, best new arena. That's easy, the LA Forum.
What?
No, I'm just kidding. The new Olympic, baby. Can we get a final shot of that? Beautiful. All right, that's it for us. Thanks for joining us on Cheap Seats. And in the immortal words of announcer Dick Holloway, hey!